So this is my version of what Mum has come and has been inspired by. We rock up to Port Hedland and we're at the Pier Hotel, and I see my poster, Nathan Cavalieri, performing tonight. And then the poster next to me, I just saw 5 girls' butts, G-strings, and they're called the T-Birds.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And I was kind of walking past that poster as if I was in the aisle of the news agency going past the Playboy section, and I'd walk past it again, and I'm like just looking at the butts. But after about 5 walks past these butts, I realised that they're the same date as my gig.
Oh, right.
And that's when I go, hang on, are they performing tonight? And then I go to the drummer and I say, are these girls performing tonight? And what we all discovered was that was my support act. The tour, the booker of the tour booked a strip act as my support.
Yeah, I had no idea.
You had no idea?
No, God, no. Yeah, okay. Oh, as if I would.
Yeah, so anyway, we go in, and I sussed out really quickly that my dressing room was right next to their dressing room. And I don't know if you know this, full confession, is that at the end of my dressing room, there was a little window into their dressing room.
Oh, I did not know that either.
Oh, you didn't know that. Okay, so but I didn't know it at the time, and I'm like praying, hopefully that's their dressing room. Hopefully that's that dressing room. So every time you guys were looking for me, going, where's Nathan? Where's Nathan? I was down that end of our dressing room, just loitering around like a little pervy creep around that part of the dressing room, hoping to catch a glimpse. But this is I was nervous, but also praying that I'd get to see my first ever strip show.
I know what you're going to say.
And then all of a sudden,
I know what I did.
I watched it.
I know. Black plastic.
Just for context, is that the band room had glass windows looking into the venue.
Yeah.
Where you could see the stage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get to see my first strip show. This is amazing. Nobody's doing anything about it. And I just watched bit by bit black plastic. Just get covered over all the glass.
I made him go get it. I said, we can't do this.
Yeah.
And I said, well, then I'll take him out. We'll go and then we'll come back. And they're like, no, we'll work something out. And I
can't
said,
even believe they thought. Now as a parent, I can't believe they thought that
they
was even an option.
Well, I don't think he even thought. Like I said, he was on tour. Like, you know, he the promoter, he's a lovely guy, but he partied. He was very loose on tour.
It did bring the people. He's a smart business guy. Yeah. Jumped a few ethical hoops.
Yeah, he did.
But it did bring the people.
Yeah, it did. And because the awful part of all of those places, I was actually at the door. I was always at the door. So I couldn't trust, like, Dad was doing your guitars and, you know, your amps and things like that. So you were always backstage and the guys were there, obviously. You weren't on your own. But there was no way I was going to let you be backstage.
Watching it.
And because I was at the door and I couldn't monitor it. So that's why I told him.
I'm sitting there pretty disappointed, drinking my fruit juice.